Good Saturday morning to you, gang, Rangers. This is Rusty 78609 in at Fort Clark Springs, Texas, on a cool morning. Hey Google, what's the temperature?
The temperature in Brackettville right now is 58 degrees.
Well, that's good. With a high of 87, it's warming up. We got a cool front coming in again, and that's nice. Yeah, it's getting to be fall and all that stuff. So anyway, today is the first day of the rest of your life, as you know. The day after yesterday, day before tomorrow. It's right now, and right now just went right on by. So if there's anything you want to do, you better do it. Get you a crystal ball, woo, and do it. See, I check my crystal ball every day. What do I see? Big glass marble, you know what I mean? But anyway, been living in the RV a long time. I'm back in my Class C motorhome for a few days, getting ready to take a trip, probably the end of this month, and go somewhere. And yeah, life is what it is. I enjoy mine. And I like the RV better than the house, I have to be quite honest with you, because it's so cozy. You know what I mean? It's just cozy. I got used to this coziness over my 28-year or more RVing career. And yeah, I don't know, man, everything's just kind of right here, and a lot of people think that's too small, but hell, I like it. So anyway, what else have we got going here? Never worry about what you cannot change, and that is so true. I even me, I'm human. I do that thing, and God dang, something popped up on my screen here. I just wonder if I can get rid of it now. No, it ain't going away. There it went. I don't know how come that happens. It happens on this one page every now and then. But anyway, moving along here to what? Uh, yeah, we're going to be going somewhere on the 31st, and then after that, I don't know. I mean, I do like the RV lifestyle. Unfortunately, it's just gotten pretty busy out there, and it's hard to find good places to camp. You know what I mean? Or to enjoy. And so we'll see how it goes. So let's do comments, Rusty. That's why we're here. This is Romeo over here by the bananas and by the rooster. They just sit there and giggle all night long, and then when I turn the light on, it stops. You know what I mean? Is that a sign of youth or aging or lunacy? Anyway, D. Anderson says I ought to turn this light on here. How do you think? Does that make it? That makes it worse. Then you got the bright side of the moon and the dark side of the moon. So we'll forget that crap. Anyway, moving along. D. Anderson, I'd like to see Rusty's hometown. I enjoy his video tours of small towns. I did that, a long time ago. It's called, just to check out, search for Kennedy, Kenedy, in my videos. You'll find it. And I may do it again. Same person says, when Rusty said the plane, I thought his plan was to team up with a midget and invite people to Fort Clark Springs to make their fantasies come true. Well, I'm trying to make my fantasy come true, guys. And I got to tell you this, as you know, every neighborhood, if you live in a neighborhood, has its issues. There's no place on earth to hide. There is really no quiet place on earth. I'm telling you. In this neighborhood here, there's a guy got him a Harley, which is fine, his choice. Well, the thing about Harleys is that they're supposed to be loud, you know, and yeah, and they are. But he just, anyway. And then there's some neighbors that, they're always building stuff, and and they're retired and they want to stay busy, and I understand that. So neighborhoods are not quiet, even without music. You know what I mean? We don't have music, and we don't get that. But anyway, enough said about that. Ralph P says, "Good beer 30, Rusty. Since I retired 14 years ago, I don't know how I found time to go to work. I love retirement." Yeah, I know a lot of people say that, but you need to stay busy. Steve Combs says she can't cook, but she can start an argument from scratch. Well, that's what that goes back to this. Uh, Familiarity breeds contempt. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. So the longer we're together, we learn where to stick each other. You know what I mean? We learn how to aggravate each other, and we do it. Joe Doe, this is on the comment call, but he's also asking questions about the trike. What make and model of trike? What is the make and model? It's a Liberty Electric trike from libertyelectrictrike.com. Is it street legal? I ride it everywhere I want to go in this area. Now, it depends on the police in your area. Does it have to be registered? No. What is the maximum speed? About 12 miles an hour. How long will it go without a charge? Depends on what kind of terrain you're on. It's anywhere from probably 15 to 20 miles in that range. How long does it take to charge? A couple hours, 3 hours. Would it charge off solar batteries? Sure. Just take a long time. Uh, Oh, this is on the very large array, and Hybrid Life was there. It says each dish is 25 meters, 82 feet in diameter. They have 28 of them and use 27 at a time, allowing one to be in maintenance. 9 dishes on each. 9 dishes on each of 3 spokes. Anyway, and then he's got another one. He says, I was there in May 2018. Checked out the visitor center and a self-guided tour. Yeah, but yeah, the very large array has got to be the most boring place to work in the world. They never hear anything. It's like the joke I heard from this guy out of Shiner, Texas years ago. It's a corny joke, but it kind of goes along with the very large array. This farmer was walking into town one day, and he looked out in the field and saw his neighbor about 20 yards out there in the field, and he had a knife stuck in the ground, and he was laying on the ground and had his ear pressed up on the knife, against the knife. And anyway, he looked at him like, and he goes on into town and does his shopping. He's gone for about 2 hours, and he comes back, and that farmer hadn't moved. He's still laying there with his ear up against that knife blade. And the farmer that just came back from town said, "Hey, man, what are you doing?" And he goes, "Shh, I'm listening." And he says, "Did you hear anything?" "No, not yet." Well, that's kind of like the very large array. They haven't heard anything yet. They're listening. Anyway, this is on KC Blues 2 Sherwood on living in a Prius. What about safety? It would not be my cup of tea, but I see lots of people who seems to love it. Different strokes for different folks is all I can tell you. Hybrid Life on my first video, September the 20th, 2011. Yeah, Hybrid Life found it, and so did KC Blues. It says, little did Rusty know that 11 years, 1 month, and 1 day later, he'd have 77,200 loyal subscribers and a Class C motorhome he bought new, an electric car. Anyway, no, it's true. YouTube is an enabler for me because all the money I've made from YouTube has been spent. I mean, yeah, that's what it's for. I work for it and I spend it. Thank you, Hybrid Life. KC Blues 2 Sherwood says, pretty good for the first time. Glad I came back in time and watched you begin. Yeah, that was my first video. That was at my home base near Kingsland, Texas. Nice place. That's on Beer 30. KC Blues again says, great video. Would be interested to hear unless you don't do personal. If you have family or were married. Yeah, I've got 2 sons, a grandson, and I've been married 3 times. That's the way it is. Would I get married again? No. James Meekin, excellent Beer 30 vid. Enjoyed learning the background to the channel. Thanks. You're very welcome. Hybrid Life says, I wasn't expecting a random Beer 30 video to be one of your best, but it was. Great stories and great advice. Here's to you. Yeah, the whole thing about that video was twofold, I guess. One was to kind of let you know how I got to where I am doing YouTube, and the other one was to point out that staying busy after you retire or semi-retire is very healthy. Gary Wheeler, Rusty, what happened to the golf cart? It looked like it would be fun down at the tiny house. It would be, but I didn't enjoy it. What it was is I bought it, and then I realized after I had it for a couple of weeks that I was substituting riding in the golf cart for doing my walking. I mean, I'd rather do my walking. It's much healthier, so I sold it. I sold it for exactly what I paid for it. Uber Girl Barbara, thumbs up to you. JP says, Rusty, thanks for the backstory and retirement advice. Also info on Fort Clark and Capitan. Best, JP, Northern California, Martinez. Okay, thank you, Jay. Scotty Thompson. Cool video talk, Rusty. Cool video talk, Beer 30, Rusty, LOL. Thank you, Scotty, the masked bowler from Wisconsin. Copperman. Texan Lulu. Great beer 30 session. It says, I remember touring Longhorn Cavern in the 70s. There was a cat running around in there. I started worrying about it. I don't know if anything was locked up at the end back then. I figured the cat just ran in and out as it pleased. Probably did. You know, there might have been some mice right up near the entrance or something. Yeah, and it says also, I remember Fuzzy's Corners. Fuzzy's Corner. That old bar's been there for years. Well, wow, here's a deal here. This is Long Way Around. He left me a $10 thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there's a thing under the video that says thanks or something like that, and you click on that and you can do that. But it's a modest that you can anyway. What you can make a donation, I guess you'd call it. Anyway, Long Way Around left me $10. Thank you, Long Way Around. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Anyway, same person says life is about acquisition of memories. Decided that as a teenager. Cheers to you for being a great storyteller with life well lived and full of memories, along with the desire to keep making new ones. Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that comment. This is RV Living with the Geezer. Rusty, when you were on Terlingua Ranch, did you use a generator to run your AC? It gets pretty hot down there. No, for a long time, I didn't have any source of power. But toward the end, I got me a Honda 1000i or 1000 watt generator to run I wanted to watch television, and there was no television signal at all, and there was no YouTube, no nothing. So I got that generator to do that, and it worked. But as far as running the air conditioner, no. But I could run a fan when I was running the generator. C.T. Coburn, that damn rooster, he's a guzzler. He came home drunk and woke up the whole neighborhood. Yeah, that's him back there. You see him. Yeah, he just stands there. He's kind of like Romeo. When you tell him to stay, he stays, you know. Evelyn Lowry, woo-hee, or wowie, says, send my saddle and boots to the barn. Great stories at Beer 30. Yeah, it's hard to come up with that stuff, guys, for Beer 30, so they're going to get weaker and weaker probably. Rick G, does anybody here like banana cream pie? I'd eat it, sure. I like bananas. Rick G, Romeo is guarding the bananas again. Good dog. Yeah, Romeo's on guard, man. Lizzie, where'd he go? Oh, there it is. Lizzie Stradlin. Rusty, oh, yeah. No, she asked me if I play with Romeo. No, not often. Glenn McNeely, have a great weekend. Thank you very much. Thumbs up to you. Steve King, this kind of drifts into the video called How to Begin a Simple Life. To me, that's the best video Rusty has ever made, even though they are all good and informative. Well, thank you, Steve King, and enjoy your day. Alex V, thank you. ADV Sask, I guess. Great video, Rusty. Very interesting to hear your work history, but you didn't touch on your time teaching. Weren't you a special education teacher for about a year? Yeah, when I first got back from the Peace Corps, I taught special ed in Refugio, Texas. It was a class, it's what they called behavior modification, and it didn't work. I didn't modify mine, and it didn't change the students. Wayne Johnson, Rusty, tell us sometime about the first time you found Capitan, New Mexico, and when that was. Oh, I don't remember exactly what time. I'd gone through there a few times and stayed at Mama Bear's RV park. And at one time, I just decided, hell, this would be a great place to have a home base. So I started looking at vacant lots, and I found them. Anyway, thank you, Wayne. Solmore Tika, I truly enjoy the Rusty monologues. When I need to relax, I pull up a Rusty video. It's like he figures things out for me so I don't have to figure them out. Very relaxing. Well, we're all human. We are all kind of on the same wavelength, you know what I mean? Tom Mann, you have no, oh boy. This is on U-Haul. It says, would you live in a U-Haul truck? Okay, and then here's Tom Mann's response to that. You have no idea what you're talking about. They sell used trucks all painted white. Those were for sale and they weren't painted white. And the guy told me you take them just like they are. So, Tom, eat it. Anyway, Stephen, I love your early videos, Rusty, before you went completely politically correct. Well, yeah, I'm glad I did though, because politics and religion are just too hot topics to discuss on YouTube. Now there are those that do it and make a pretty good living doing it because they have that target audience, you know, that agrees with them. You know, there are certain names I won't mention, but they have a very large audience. But it's like politics. You know, there's a large number of liberals and a large number of conservatives, and that's the way it is. You know, there's a large number of females and a large number of males, so you can play on those audiences. Anyway, Ken, PA, Lake Buchanan, named after James Paul Buchanan, Texas State Representative. I believe it is pronounced with U sound versus Buckhannon. I don't know. I always everybody up there when I live, they pronounced it Buckhannon Dam. James Ortiz. Good morning, James. Romeo is going to eat that ripe banana. He is this morning. I am. I'm going to get it before he does. Anyway, we'll do 3 or 4 more here, 5, whatever. Anyway, Camper's Choice. Always enjoy hearing about your history, Rusty. First time I've have heard you mention about being a cave tour guide. I used your Amazon link to get an inkjet printer cartridge and an adjustable jar opener. Well, good for you, Camper's Choice. Thank you very much for using the Amazon link, and all of you that help out on the channel like that. I appreciate it. Anyway, enjoy your day. M. Merlin. Trike Man was formerly Caveman until we found out his real identity. Ironic that Batman used a cave too. Yeah, you know, that Batman series back when it was just comic books I thought was really neat. I like Batman, Superman I read, and what was the other one? Oh, Plastic Man, I think was the name of it. This guy just stretched. Oh God, they were. But comic books were that was you know, that was before TV. You know, you had to read. You know, and actually they had the comics in the newspaper. You know, they had Dick Tracy and oh yeah, Dick Tracy had this thing on his chest, X-ray, and he'd give him a double whammy. Bzz, bzz. Shit, get out of here. And Mitt, interesting history. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome. We'll do 2 more here and we'll shut it down. Donnie Bram rather, retired, so I went for a ride on my Harley. Good for you, man. Oh, here we go. We got 2 here. Texas lady, thanks, Rusty. Have a great Friday evening. I did. Stroker Ace, what happened to the gambler? I don't know whatever happened to him. I traced him to Mississippi, but he was living in an RV at a casino, but he was comped. You know, because he gambles. You know, the guy's a serious gambler. You know, if you're spending money or you're getting people in there to gamble, you don't pay no damn nothing. You don't pay for drinks. You don't pay for food. You don't pay for anything. But anyway, guys, from Fort Clark Springs, Texas, on Saturday morning, this is Rusty 78609 saying, thumbs up. Carpe diem. Carpe diem means seize the day in Latin. Carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos and listen to this stinking... Oh, the goat's messed up. Oh, there he is. There's a stinking goat kiss for you this morning. But anyway, yeah. What else? Drink plenty of water. Oh, no. Adios. Buy anything you want. Use the Amazon link. Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day won't hurt you. It's good for you. It'll help you avoid gout, kidney stones. Also help you lose weight because you'll be full of water and you won't want to eat so much as a snack. And the only way to lose weight and keep it off, and you know it and I know, is what? Eat less. That's it, guys. There's no tricks. Get a smaller plate. It helps. And then what else? Take deep breaths. Breathe in really deep, man. Hold it for a few seconds and then breathe out slowly. Why? Because that relieves stress, and relieving stress does what? Lowers your blood pressure. Does that work? Yes, it does. It works. Of all these things I'm telling you work. If you don't believe me, check them out. And then what else? I did it. Okay, stretch. Swivel, swivel, swivel. Walk, walk, walk. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Exercise your body once or twice every day. Why? Because you'll feel better immediately, and you may live longer, healthier because of that one thing. And then what? Stand guard at the door of your mind. Do not let negative Nancy or negative Ned inside. This is your head, your frontal lobes, your consciousness. All those little neurons in there are forming neural links, which is every single thought you have. So common sense says add good ingredients. Ta-da, problem solved. Yeah, give your neurons something positive to work with. Don't watch the negative news. That's my opinion. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Enjoy your life one day or one moment at a time. At ease. Carry on. Adios. Bye-bye. Hasta luego. Vaya con Dios. Aloha. Until the next video, which will be I have no clue. I haven't done anything yet. Anyway, adios. Bye bye.